Well guys, it appears as the kissing booth would have to come back sooner or later in order to fix up some things it messed up in the third film. Let's go through everything we know about the fourth part of the franchise, shall we? You see, as a huge fan of the Kissing Booth franchise, I have the right to say that I am really disappointed in its ending. And I know you all feel the same. Well, most of you at least. And since we've spent 3 years shipping Elle and Noah's relationship, we really deserve a better ending. And so did our beloved couple. This only brings us to one question. Is the Kissing Booth 4 happening? Sadly, the Kissing Booth 4 is not happening soon. And according to its stars and creators, the Kissing Booth 3 will be the last project of the franchise. Well, we can assure you that this doesn't mean we'll never see the fourth film. And how come, you wonder? It's super simple. Nowadays, every successful franchise gets as many continuations as possible. And because fans want more of Elle and Noah, the creators might reconsider their decision about the end of the franchise. Also, it's not like the Kissing Booth 3 had a proper conclusion to Elle and Noah's saga, and it didn't even show a glimpse of Lee and Rachel's wedding. The third film followed somewhat of a train-spotting storyline, only this time we saw Elle choose herself, or as the fellas from Trainspotting would say, choose life. However, in the Kissing Booth 3, Elle, a character portrayed by Joey King, decides not to go to Harvard with Noah, played by Jacob Elordi, or Berkeley with Lee, played by Joel Courtney. Instead, she realizes she should follow her own dream and go to USC to study video game design. Yeah, it was the plot twist of the century! Now, we all know Netflix is never 100% certain when it comes to ending its series. Even though the streaming giant claims this is the end of the Kissing Booth, we all know what happened with the To All the Boys franchise, which has gotten a spin-off TV series. Now, if the Kissing Booth 4 indeed happens, we need to be ready for its release date. Therefore, let's see when is the potential fourth part of the popular franchise coming. For now, Netflix is pretty tight-lipped when it comes to the future Kissing Booth projects. But if the streaming platform gives a green light, we shouldn't expect to see the film soon. The Kissing Booth 2 and 3 were filmed back-to-back in South Africa in 2019, and they were released in 2020 and 2021 respectively. Our guess is that we'll see the Kissing Booth 4 at the beginning or the very end of 2023. However, it all depends on Netflix, and of course, the actors' involvement in the project. This only brings us to... In an interview with Vanity Fair, Jacob Elordi didn't seem really interested in another Kissing Booth film. Speaking about the Kissing Booth 3, he said, quote, "This is really the last kiss." So, the Kissing Booth 3 left us with more questions than answers. And it's needless to say that we were all super confused by its ending. Yes, I know I've said this millions of times, but come on, guys. Noah and Elle deserved a happily ever after in the fictional world, at least. They didn't get their happy ending in real life, and the creators of the franchise owed fans a happy ending. However, if the Kissing Booth 4 happens, fans would love to see where Elle and Noah stand after their growing up process. Then, we would also love to see more of Rachel and Lee. And of course, we would love to see a healthier friendship between Elle and Lee. Are we asking for too much? In a YouTube Q&A before the release of The Kissing Booth 3, author Beth Reekles was asked if she plans to write yet another Kissing Booth book. Here is her answer. Quote, "Technically, there are 5 Kissing Booths already because there's the Kissing Booth, the Beach House, which takes place during the Kissing Booth, the Kissing Booth 2, Going the Distance, the Kissing Booth Road Trip, which takes place during Kissing Booth 2, and the Kissing Booth 3, One Last Time. But no, Kissing Booth 3 One Last Time is the last one. I thought I made it pretty clear by using the title One Last Time, but maybe not," she explained. Sadly, Reekles seems not interested in future projects, but that doesn't mean we'll never see. Maybe the Kissing Booth 4 will never happen, and that's okay, because a spin-off seems like an even better idea. Imagine all the stories that they could be used in the spin-off. What we know for sure is that Joey King has a busy schedule in front of her, as she's set to appear in Bullet Train and The In-Between. She's also cast in the adaptation of Scott Westerfeld's teen series, Uglies. Also, since we live in a world of reboots, remakes, and prequels, we will certainly see a Kissing Booth reboot in the future. Oh, just imagine how cute it'll be to see fans getting excited over their favorite film from their youth being rebooted in about 10 years from now. Just like the case with the Sex and the City reboot. Now, the question that's bothered us a lot lately, well, kind of. We would like to believe so, at least. The Kissing Booth 3 ending was not what fans expected. Aside from being the protagonist, Elle, King also served as executive producer on the third movie, and she told Variety that the last scenes of the film were, quote, probably the heaviest area that she was involved in. That was very exciting for me because I wanted to make sure that for me, for all the filmmakers, and for all the fans, that our send-off was just right. I really hope they feel that way, she said. The third film of the franchise practically followed the same issues that appeared in the second film. Elle and Lee struggled a lot because of their sometimes unhealthy friendship. Noah's personality was a bit improved from the second film, but both he and his brother Lee treated Elle as their marionette. The ending of The Kissing Booth 3 featured a 6-year time jump following Elle and Noah's breakup and her acceptance into USC. Then they meet for the first time in these 6 years, and an awkward conversation follows, where they seem as they still love each other. Elle reveals to Noah she bought herself a motorcycle, so next time he's back in Los Angeles, they'll go on a ride together. The last scene we're seeing features Noah and Elle riding around Los Angeles on their motorcycles. Now, we know we've said a bunch of bad stuff about the ending, and now we feel the need to mention that there are a lot of fans who actually enjoy the finale of The Kissing Booth. They believe the franchise had a realistic ending with no cheesy or cliché storylines. Do you guys agree? Now, the time has come for us to talk about something really exciting. The Kissing Booth 4 plot. If The Kissing Booth 4 happens, we believe the entire franchise will be saved. According to a lot of fans, The Kissing Booth 4 should depict the time when Elle went to college. What we're trying to say is that the next film should focus on the 6-year time jump that was sadly skipped from the third film. This way, we'll find out how Elle matured, the wedding of Lee and Rachel, and of course, the current situation with Elle and Noah. There are actually plenty of ways the next film could go on. After all, The Kissing Booth 4 could give its fans a proper ending to Elle and Noah's tale. Oh, and let's not forget Elle's father and his girlfriend. It would be fun to see a wedding between these two, right? On a related note, what are your hopes on The Kissing Booth 4? Also, did you enjoy the ending of the third film? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. And as always, thanks for watching.